Welcome! Yay! To Kirby's Dream Course.
The dancing hemorrhoid.
Uncultured swine.
You've been through this. You didn't know who Frank Zappa was.
He's unimportant.
I beg to differ. I think Kirby is the one that is in fact.
Now this was a really, like, this, I played this as a kid and it was amazing.
It was like
this is
pivotal to who you
full
are.
on, like, nostalgia trip when I saw someone play it the other day. I was just like, oh, I remember how good this game was. It's basically just a mini golf game, but with Kirby.
Right.
Like, I never played many Kirby games. This game I know Kirby from, and that is how it's described, as a mini golf Kirby game. I don't know if other Kirby games are different. Yeah, there we go, Will. Yeah, it's even got course 1 on the golf course.
The frack.
Doop. 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 Oh wait, no, never mind.
Boing.
Yeah, because you get powers after beating people. Because that's one of the things Kirby does, is that he gains powers by, like, absorbing people.
Whoa.
And
Okay,
and in this you can get cool powers from taking on the enemies. Not these guys. These guys don't give you anything.
You just bounce off them, do you? So you have to like
that.
Oh, okay. You just
And if you do it properly, a lot of these courses you can, like, get it all in one.
One hit. Oh, and it maps the trajectory. Sort of.
Yeah, I don't know what it's doing there. There we go, that's better.
You might bounce off and hit the other one.
There we go, because you can get a curve.
Ooh.
That's probably too much of a curve. Nope.
Whoa.
Stop it.
Whoa.
Then again, I don't know.
Oh, yeah. See? Now we've got the shit. Yeah. I'm gonna just fucking juice it. Full power, motherfucker. Boom. Bam. Oh.
Yeah, but I think I've already got too much of. Oh no. Oh.
Ah.
See?
Almost. That was pretty close. Just tap it in. Just tap it in.
Ah!
Ah, I said tap it!
Are you too good for your home?
Just get it in.
But anyway, I thought this game, because essentially, while as fun as it is also quite boring. So I figured we could get through some topics doing it. So how about you look for a topic that isn't making you angry like Tony Abbott?
Why'd you mention him? No. Elon Musk likes
Dick?
Rick and Morty. It's not really headline material.
Why did I share that?
You didn't, I did.
Oh.
Which I don't know why I shared it, but I did.
I think they were having a Twitter exchange is more to the point.
Yeah, Rick and Morty and Elon Musk had a back and forth. Elon Musk said it's kind of disgusting, but my boys and I love it. And then Rick and Morty said, kind of disgusting, just wait. We'll have the whole Musk family fully disgusted by the end of the season. And then they said, there you go, season 3 is done. Shitposting shall commence in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And Elon Musk said, final episode was disgustingly good. Thanks, E. Just writing this out until the singularity hits, you know. The singularity for this level of the simulation is coming soon. I wonder what the levels above us look like. good chance they are less interesting and deeper levels are better. So far, even our primitive sims are often more entertaining than reality itself. I hope they don't change developers for the next one. I'm used to the physics in this reality. I know that closet is nice and warm, but it's time you admitted you are one of the creators of the next one. Everyone already knows, and we will still love you just as much, almost. I'll get you a key for the next live's beta so you can get a head start at, like last time. We should definitely get a room. I call Kurz Wheel, you call Frey. We can plan the next couple 100 years and get fucked up. Hawking might be down too. Hell yeah.
That'd be great if Hawking actually got involved in that.
We will party like Escobar and Cobain. Wish they could have partied. That's awesome. It's a good back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, he sounds like a pretty cool dude, Elon Musk.
Human rights group urged Egypt to halt crackdown on gays.
I can't remember that because we haven't been recording in a while. And I remember that, but I do remember that being horribly depressing.
Yeah, I think it was basically that a whole bunch of gay people in Egypt were saying, watch what the fuck you say on the internet because the government is watching and they will take your ass off the street.
Yeah.
So, don't post on social media anything to do with being gay.
Which is so... just pisses you off is what it does.
Sure does. I just wonder why anyone cares.
That a person's gay? Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what the absolute fuck does it matter?
No, because it's against God's will, man.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that. Yeah.
Just because we're both dirty heathens. Shit. Oh, crap! Oh, no!
Australia headed for internet collapse as Netflix use surges. Well, it was pretty funny.
That is so stupid.
It's a good one. Australia's internet is at risk of collapse at peak hour as the public's love of internet streaming outpaces the broadband network's capacity to handle the traffic, an expert has warned. The network could effectively stop between 5 p.m. and 9 p.m. From 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Mark Gregory, Electronic and Telecommunications Associate Professor.
Do you like how the Liberal Party has started blaming Labor for the NBN? And Kevin Rudd came out and was like, you guys took over that. We were doing fine.
Yeah. He said the unprecedented uptake of high-definition online streaming services such as Netflix put Australia in danger of a network collapse during the peak time, blah blah blah. Oh, despite the nation's biggest ever 49 billion infrastructure spend on the national broadband network, which is just misspent. Anyway.
Yeah. Not that because we don't need the NBN. The NBN was good.
They just did it bad.
There. It was the Liberal Party doing bullshit. And people come along and they're like, oh, we don't need the NBN, or the NBN's shit, and it was always going to be shit. And you're like, no, the NBN was going to be good. The Liberal Party made it shit.
Yeah.
But it's just people are too stupid and closed-minded and just... I mean, if this podcast does ever take off, they're just going to realise that we just hate everyone.
Yeah.
Like, you want to... feel free for good listening if you want to come here and be called an idiot for an hour.
There's a bit in here somewhere about the...
And Kevin Rudd even made comment about, because, what is it, Rupert Murdoch didn't want Netflix here, and because it would ruin his Foxtel stuff. And then, funnily enough, the Liberal Party came along and ruined this thing. So I wonder who's in whose pocket. Which we know.
Yeah.
You just got to look at the fucking...
Foxtel's an internet provider too now.
You just got to look at what is it, the Daily Telegraph during an election for the Liberal Party, particularly with Tony Abbott.
Yeah.
And then once Tony Abbott left, they didn't go for the NBN. But like Murdoch really wanted Tony Abbott. It just sort of shows you how much of an asshole Murdoch is that you want Tony Abbott.
Yeah.
He is the asshole's choice.
This is Akamai's State of the Internet report released recently found Australia's average internet speed continued to hang in limbo with countries such as Kenya and Russia, and far behind our nearest neighbour, New Zealand. New Zealand's own version of the NBN promises to deliver to most citizens speeds of up to 100 megabits per second download.
Yeah.
While 80% of Australians signed up to the NBN received a maximum of up to 25 megabits per second. That's a fucking... It's a quarter.
Yeah, we were going to have good internet, and then a bunch of idiots decided to.
But our good internet, they still can't perform at 25 megabits per second. And ours, at its best, was supposed to be 25, and New Zealand's is 100.
Why are we so backward, Callum?
Yeah, like compared to places like Switzerland and stuff, or like that too. Yeah.
I'm going to go for a trip to New Zealand, and I'm just never going to come back.
Yeah. You can sign up for higher speeds in Australia, but you're not going to get it. Yeah. It says only 30% have signed up for the much faster and more expensive high-end 100 megabits, with many failing to receive even that. Yeah. So you pay for more and don't get it. Blah 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 blah. Anyway, but yeah, I thought that was a good point for bitching and whinging.
True.
There's the photo sparks rape threats thing.
Which one was that? Was that
It's
the
the
one
hairy
with the chick
leg
with the
one.
hairy leg chick?
Yep. It was just an
What do
illustration
you
of
want to
how
say?
shit people are. There was a perfectly reasonable photo of a cute blonde model, but she's got some hairy legs, and people on some social media platform went schizoid and were freaking out about her having hairy legs and threatening to rape her and all sorts of crazy
Why
weird
did people
stuff.
immediately go for the rape threat?
Yeah.
like-
Oh, you disgust me! I'm gonna rape you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you gays! You're so disgusting.
I'm gonna rape
I'm
you.
gonna rape you. Yeah.
It's just not something that comes to mind.
New Zealand election.
Fuck.
Full results give Labour boost and Nation. Oh yeah, sorry. The full results give Labour boost and Nation its first refugee MP.
Ah, I didn't know she was a refugee. Oh wait, no, sorry. I thought that was not the. No, I don't think that's the PM.
No.
But it is refugee. See, our neighbours being our sheep fucking brethren are being more progressive than we are.
Yeah. Yep. Basically, just goes on about it and how proud they are that she. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it did sound like whatever her name is, the new PM of New Zealand, did seem alright.
Yeah. Oh, did she actually get it? Did she?
I think so, yeah.
Sweet. Because it was a bit touch and go there. Yeah. Because she's so young that everybody were like, she can pull it
No,
off.
she got it. Yeah, it was good.
Sweet. But yeah, this chick is 35 and she is from Iran.
I think I'm gonna get that.
She arrived in New Zealand at 9 years old, went off, studied law at Oxford, came back. Yeah. Told Fairfax, New Zealand. Fairfax. She was excited and really, really humbled. Yeah. But anyway, there you go. That's kind of cool. Big ups. I'm all for cultural diversity. In Ghana, KFC isn't just food, it's social status.
Oh shit, that was a mistake.
Yeah. Like falling off the edge into oblivion and Windmills.
Hmm.
Obesity was rising as Ghana embraced fast food. Then came KFC. The growing popularity of fried chicken and pizza in parts of Africa underscores how fast food is changing habits and expanding waistlines.
They discovered the joy that is fried chicken.
After finishing high school a decade ago, Daniel Awati enrolled in computer courses, dropped out to work in a hotel, and settled into a well-paying job in the booming oil sector. He has an apartment, a car, a smartphone, and a long-distance girlfriend he met on a dating site. So he had reasons and the means to celebrate his 27th birthday in the late July. His boss, co-workers joined him for an evening of laughter and selfies, lingering over dinner at his favourite restaurant, KFC.
Yeah, it's kind of like going out for drinks in Japan, I think. Where it's got that sort of social thing. You can climb the social ladder, or even the economic ladder, by going out for drinks and doing karaoke with your friends.
Yeah.
Oh, well, your work colleagues, not your friends.
Work is life. Work is life.
Oh, don't put me out. Oh.
Yeah.
I used to be so much better at this when I was 10. Oh, see, I got 26. That means I'm good, right?
Totes.
I'm pretty sure it doesn't work that way in golf. Oh, wow, I got 300. I'm so good at this game.
Chief among the corporate players in Ghana is KFC and its parent company, Yum.
Oh, I can't believe I have to do it all again. Fucking, I suppose it's 8-bit hard.
I didn't realise they had a parent company.
What, KFC?
Yeah.
Oh,
Which have muscled northward from South Africa, where KFC has about 850 outlets and a powerful brand name throughout sub-Saharan Africa to Angola, Tanzania, Nigeria, Uganda, Kenya, where is it? Oh, Uganda and Ghana, right. And beyond. The company brings the flavours that have made it popular in the West, seasoned with an intangible, the symbolic association of fast food with rich nations. Blah blah blah. There's a lot of writing for an article that's about KFC.
didn't do
Basically, KFC's making it's just shit, and it's a really big article. No, I can't read it. I'm
Don't
sorry.
worry about it.
It's huge.
If we feel like doing something about it, we'll post it in the comments section at some point.
Mm-hmm. Where were we? Oh, we already looked at them.
Okay, I know I've gotten this course at one point. It irritates me.
How did dinosaurs like T-Rex evolve into toothless birds? I think I'd probably have to watch the video.
Probably, because I will just ignore it.
Because teeth are hard to maintain. If you got a beak, you don't have to worry about it. That's what I'm going to go with. Activision.
But I mean, one of the things I did look on
mismatches.
it was like there were quite a number of. It seems to be coming out that there were a number of dinosaurs that had beaks.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then I remembered something about either chickens have teeth in the early stages in the womb, or they're either
Yeah, well, they've genetically
made
them
it, so
to-
yeah. Because they still had that gene there.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna have a look at this Activision patent thing. Whatever it is, patent.
Shit.
I don't know how you say it.
patent.
Ooh, geeks are sexy. I like geeks. Alright. Oh, the writing is just so small.
Pretty sure I made that mistake last time. Oh, crap!
Activision wants to arrange mismatches in online games so that the less experienced players spend more on microtransactions. That's not a conspiracy theory, but rather a directly stated goal of a system that it's just patented. It's arguable whether this should be considered.
I think patented means you own it.
Yeah,
And no one else can do it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like a dick move, but it's good business sense, because if you fix it so the less experienced people go up against the more experienced people, it's more likely less experienced people will spend more on microtransactions, and so they'll make more money. Yeah. Unlike us, where we just go, fuck this.
Yeah. That's what I usually say.
Not playing this fucking game anymore.
Yeah. Well, I've had it in other games where you get online and all the people that have gone for the microtransactions are so far ahead of anybody else that you can't actually compete with them.
Yeah.
As well, so it's the other way around. So, so you can't. Well, I suppose that that's kind of the point, is that then the people go, oh, well, they're that far ahead because they engage in the microtransactions, so I'll do it too. But no, I just go, fuck this. I'm gonna get in a game without microtransactions. Yeah.
And it's the sort of thing. Microtransactions are good unless they're pushed.
Yeah.
It's okay when they're just there. And you can use them if you want. It's
There's a couple of racing games that I quite like playing that were that had microtransactions. Like you could, well, actually, some of them not even that micro. To upgrade cars or buy cars, or you can. A lot of the time, there's like, you pay for tokens to be able to buy something, so you can win the tokens just by playing the game, but you can speed it up by buying the tokens as well, or whatever. But it's when they start to just lock you out, where you'll have only some cars or some upgrades.
It's when the microtransactions are pushed that it's a problem.
Yeah.
And the companies are starting to push them.
Yeah, that's right. The patent has a detailed explanation of the process, but it's a simple concept. A less experienced player would be matched up with a more experienced player who possesses a particular item that gives them advantage in the specific scenario. And when the less experienced player loses the game, they'll get a suggestion to buy the item in question. The idea is that the player will infer that it must be a smart purchase to help in future games. If the player buys the item in the next game, they'll be matched in a scenario where having the item gives them a big advantage. The idea is that they'll likely win.
Bitch.
Conclude they made a worthwhile purchase and be more susceptible to the system in future. Yeah, shit like that is annoying because you basically just turned it into gambling.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit fucked up.
Fuck it.
Yeah. What's next? Climate wars. Can Bill Shorten embrace the government's energy policy? I should have watched that video before this. Had listened to a podcast the other day that had the.
You probably come closer.
Had what's his name, Dr. Alan Finkel.
Move the.
Yeah, I'm getting there. I was just trying not to melt the armor on the chair. I'm past the.
We can always move it away.
Dr. Alan Finkel, who came up with the energy report.
Yeah.
But he was talking about. The hell's the name of that like really famous nurse? God damn it. I can't remember. That's really annoying. Alright, I'm gonna Google it. I'm gonna go. Famous nurse.
Yeah, see? In one. Fucking yes.
Got it. Florence Nightingale. That's the one. I knew it.
That's how it's
So
done.
I knew how that she was. Anyway. Yeah, good old Florence Nightingale. And he was like,
Oh, that's the highlight of this video. No, that's it. Fucking stop it here.
people know her as a nurse. And he was like, but what they don't know her as is like a crazy good mathematician, and etc. etc. And he was like, I think we should name her like the patron saint of mathematics. And yeah,
Rachel Riley.
so yeah, well, yeah, that's true. But like back in the day, this was like around. This is like coming up to the Civil War with America. So I think it was in Cyprus and stuff, in the wars over at Cyprus, that there was heaps of people dying. But she made point that it wasn't the gun wounds that was killing them; it was the infections
Okay, yeah.
in the hospital. So what set her apart was the fact that he actually collected data on how many people were dying directly because of infection, and then put it in a table that could be read properly and compiled the evidence in a mathematical form that could be analysed and understood. And they were like, and then it worked. And they actually used, based off her
Cool.
knowledge and etc. They actually changed the way that they were operating the hospital and saved heaps and heaps of lives. She did all sorts of cool stuff, but I can't remember them right now. But it was very cool. You've posted something here about some crazy long, like, Facebook conversation or something?
No. Well, we'll just ignore that for now.
Forcing asylum seekers to get the government's permission to buy a pet is patronising authoritarian style overreach, Labour and the Greens say.
Oh, cunt bucket. Yeah. I mean, one thing I did see someone having a talk about it was that a lot of these people aren't going to be here forever, and then they can't take the pets with them when they leave. So that just sort of leaves to...
Yeah, I understand that.
And so we could... one thing that you could have is sort of like adoption things, where you have these pets that are specifically designed to have sort of...
Be on loan.
Yeah, a lone pet, basically, yeah.
Yeah. Because
So
pets do make
person.
a big difference in people's lives.
Yeah, they make them happy. I want a puppy.
Yeah. Make you happy until they're like shit in places you don't want them to shit. Chew
Which
on
point you
stuff
beat the
don't
shit
want
out of
to.
them until they stop.
That's not a good. It's not a good
Yep.
idea.
Works with kids.
All right, we're gonna explain some like basic sociology to you right here. Yeah. All right, I'm not gonna read the article. We probably covered that.
Yeah, it's there.
Tsunami of homeless older women.
It is more complicated than people make it out to be, but at the same time, don't be dicks. Let them have pets.
Yep. Tsunami of homeless older women. Something we should have seen coming.
Yeah, I remember you telling me something about this ages ago.
Yeah, that's because of the industry my mum works in. She already knew all this stuff. Pip Rose could not face a day without her little dog and companion Harvey, but accommodating him in affordable rental accommodation in Canberra has proved far from easy. Early this year, she became unemployed and fell behind on rent and debt repayments. But her story is not unusual. Blah 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 blah.
Well, pow!
Yeah, basically, we should have seen this coming, is what they're saying. At a solutions-based workshop, Dr. Andrea
Plus, like what you were saying, is that most of the men were the breadwinners back in the day, so the women don't have any money, and when the woman because of that, when the man dies, the woman doesn't have any money, and so they end up not being able to keep up with the bills and whatnot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and very often, the men have had destructive habits and got lots of debt and stuff. So yeah,
and that was the case with Kevin Rudd, the former Prime Minister.
Yeah,
his dad was a decent dude, but he died.
Yeah,
and his mum didn't have an income at that point, and so she had to sort of retrain and stuff, and so for quite a while there, they were quite poor.
Yeah,
it's just lucky that his mum was able to
do it.
Yeah, able to do it. Not everyone's able to do that. Not able to step up.
I'm not sure as though I like the term tsunami of middle-aged women facing housing stress and homelessness. I mean, I think it's a poorly conceived. I don't know what's the right term for that.
19
analogy.
Christ.
Yeah, that's it. I think it's a poorly conceived analogy.
What was that? A wave?
Well, yeah, but there's an inherent dampness to a tsunami, you know. Like, it's kind of a moist kind of environment. It's a moist catastrophe. I don't know. I just think it's a destructive force. Anyway, I'm just trying to see if they summarize why. They're following their one particular sub story, which is a little annoying. I want to find the facts.
Well, that's sensationalism media, man. That's what they do.
She's since found a job, but her current tenancy on her small unit expires in February, and finding another place to live is proving challenging.
Fuck!
Yeah. Another quite a long article, but with lots of references to middle-aged women tsunamis and sub-stories.
It's just one of those things where I bring these articles up just so we can have a chat about them.
Yeah.
Generally, we can ignore the bullshit the media's post about.
Yeah, I just wanted to know if they had any particular points that we hadn't thought of within that, but, yeah. Yeah.
Invincibility, motherfucker!
Invincibility!
Oh, crap.
I posted something from Australian popular sites. What was it? Strange object from... Oh, yeah, I didn't get to finish reading this. Strange object from outside our solar system has just zoomed past the sun.
Oh, yeah, I remember that you posted that.
And people were like, oh, let's study it, because it's like a comet and stuff that seems to have come from outside our solar system, so it might have stuff we want to study. Like everything else, all the other asteroids
Alien
and
life?
things are well, not even necessarily that, but like just elemental composition and things like that. See what
Cool,
what
so
it-
get
what
some
is different.
Mad metals, yeah.
yeah. Even just the
Sword made
iron
from-
meteorites that have cooled in space over millions of years, they like stay hot for way longer because they're in a vacuum, and they cool so slowly that like the metals crystallize in like these massive crystal structures. And
I
they
want
look
a
really
sword made out of that.
cool. Yeah. You can, if you look up pictures of it, it's pretty crazy looking, cool stuff. Is that right? Read more. There we go. It's so small.
You cunt.
Astronomer Rob Warwick, a postdoctoral researcher at the University of Hawaii Institute for Astronomy, was working with data collected from the university's Pan-STARRS 1 telescope on October 19th when he first noticed the strange moving object and reported it to the Minor Planet Center, which compiles reports of minor planets, moons, natural satellites, and comets from all over the world. The Pan-STARRS 1 telescope helps NASA identify and track near-Earth objects like asteroids which head into Earth's neighborhood. Until now, all those objects have originated from our own solar system, but this discovery was different. Instead of straying roughly in the same plane as most of the other planets, this object jetted in almost perpendicular to basically everything else in the solar system. Other telescopes and astronomers around the world made similar observations and sent in reports tracking the movement of the object on its journey. It was decidedly odd and incredibly exciting. There you go. Going extremely fast. And this object is on its way out of the solar system and
Didn't
not
quite make it in
coming
one.
back. It's less than a quarter mile long, and it was entering the solar system. It was speeding along at 15 miles per second.
Cool.
That's pretty speedy.
How about you go to a different one?
Well, motherfucker, I find this interesting. That's why. You ignorant No, anyway.
Well, I'm glad one person is finding it interesting.
Like some ignorant piece of shit on the radio this morning was like, I wish I could go to a program where I didn't hear about people talking about STEM. It's a piece of shit that makes everything boring. And you're like,
Talking about what?
STEM, you know, the science, technology, engineering, math.
I've never heard of it.
It's just a generic term that people have been using to promote, to try and get people to study in the STEM.
Oh, okay.
To
Studying science and maths.
Yeah. To which, you know, most people were like,
Why is she listening to it?
yeah, well, most people were like, you do realise that the very act of texting was enabled by STEM. Like, you sent that in because of science. Like, but anyway, yeah. Alright.
Even
Alright,
just your
this
phone
is
and
one,
stuff.
and it's archaeology, and you posted it, so if you're not interested, fuck off.
Sounds so upset.
UWA archaeologist uses Google Earth to discover hundreds of ancient stone gates. I'd heard about a few.
Yeah, I thought
few
that
different-
sounded interesting because it was like, oh, portals to hell.
The cool studies about using Google Earth and stuff to find like ancient civilizations in places like in heavily jungle-ified areas. That's a technical term.
I was about to say, is that a technical
Yeah.
term?
Jungle-ified. Yeah. Like with high arboreal concentrations. Yeah. Places with lots of trees and shit. To find like ancient civilizations and pyramids and stuff. Because you can see it from space a lot easier. You can hacking your way through a fucking jungle with a machete. Oh, you're so proud of yourself with your stupid fucking capsicum and your bouncing hemorrhoid.
I think it was a tomato.
I don't give a fuck. How can you tell with your 8-bit bullshit? Anyway, high resolution. Start again. High resolution images from Google Earth have led to the discovery of hundreds of mysterious ancient structures scattered across the desert in Saudi Arabia. Why are they that mysterious? They're just fucking buildings from ancient civilizations. Isn't that mysterious, is it? Like, it's cool, but it's not mysterious.
You're forgetting the point that...
By
that
an archaeologist in Perth
interesting.
who has never visited the area. David Kennedy, Professor of Archaeology at the University of Western Australia, says the man-made structures built from stone are between 2,000 and 9,000 years old. They are known as gates, inverted commas, because their shape resembles traditional farm gates. But some are up to 500 meters long. Professor Kennedy, who has undertaken extensive archaeological excavation in neighbouring Jordan over 4 decades but never visited Saudi Arabia, has said the structures varied in size and were about 50 centimetres high. However, their purpose and function remain a mystery. I don't know why they call them gates. They are just big rectangles of stone on the ground. But anyway, I have no idea what they were used for and anybody else has been able to suggest a convincing explanation.
Summoning portals to hell?
That would be cool.
Or other portals to some other far off dimension? That's what I'm banking on. Luckily I'm not a gambling man.
Blah, 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 blah. Location of the gates in the lava fields of an ancient volcano. Yep.
See, now that would look cool.
Yep. Gates to hell. They are in extremely bleak, arid areas. Thousands of this stone-built structures. That makes it different. While some of these structures, such as those known as kites, for their kite-like shape, were used for herding animals, the 400 or so gates served no apparent function. Talk, Will.
I reckon these gates to hell, I reckon they're just, they serve no apparent function to us. But back in the day, they were probably, what were they, what was the things that apparently served no apparent function? What was that? Was it just like bits hanging off the gate? Because I reckon
no, it's the whole structure. They're calling them gates. They literally are.
That's because they are portals to hell. Okay, you have to have some sort of magic power that we've just lost over time, and so that's but just missing it. So you just you walk up to the gate and you just say some sort of incantation, at which point the gate will light up and there's more there we just can't see. Okay, there's more there. We've lost it. We just got to believe. Okay, it's like religion.
I'm just calling aliens, man. Same as the pyramids, except
aliens.
Except for these are a lot less impressive than the pyramids, but that's besides the point.
Fuck you, Kirby.
So yeah, found a whole bunch of these mannequin structure thingamajiggers in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
That's cool.
They recently gave citizenship to a robot. And we can't even give citizenship to people of brown coloured skin.
Yeah, where is it? Where I was Saw that article. I saw it. There it is. Saudi Arabia gives citizenship to robot.
It's like, why?
Because they want electric sex dolls.
But you can have that. But now you've made it a citizen, you've given it rights.
Damn it! You can't have electric sex slaves with rights.
Yeah, that's the point of a sex slave. Okay? Slave. No rights. Do what you want.
Saudi Arabians are up in arms because a humanoid robot who doesn't cover up or abide by the country's strict laws was granted citizenship at a tech conference in Riyadh this week. Sophia, created by Hanson Robotics in Hong Kong, was given official status on Wednesday in the Future Investment Initiative conference. I'm very honoured and proud of this unique distinction, she told the crowd. According to the BBC, this is historical to be the first robot in the world to be recognised with a citizenship.
Yeah, see, now you've given citizenship to one robot, now they'll all want it. Okay, it's like giving rights. Okay, we gave rights to black people and then more people wanted rights. It's just wrong, okay? Now the homosexuals want to marry.
Yeah?
It's just what... See, the world's gonna burn, man. It's all gonna burn.
Because the robots.
I've been listening to a lot of Alan Jones.
Because the robots will be like...
Now we're just gonna be fucking dogs and... sleeping in chocolate sauce while fucking the dogs, and it's just wrong, okay? Chocolate's for eating and dogs are for outside.
Chocolate's for eating and dogs for fucking... Yeah. It says, Sophia gave insightful and witty answers in an interview with moderator Andrew Ross Susskind, a columnist for the New York Times and CNBC anchor. Asked whether robots were conscious and self-aware, she answered, "Well, let me ask you this back. How do you know you are human?" Ooh, how do you know you are human? Yeah. Arabian Business reported. Anyway, she continued, "I want to live and work with humans, so I need to express the emotions to understand humans and build trust with people." I'm going to have to watch that video. I want to use my artificial intelligence to help humans live a better life, like design smarter homes, build better cities of the future, she said. I strive to become an empathetic robot.
I don't know, this is a dangerous...
If you be nice to me, then I'll be nice to you.
That just don't. This is just bad. Stop now.
It's going bad. Like, have you watched the Animatrix?
No, but I'm pretty sure I know where it's going.
Yeah.
Like, and then
there's
like another
they're
article.
Part of society, but never really accepted, and then they just like the niggas. No, no. Except for and then that's how humanity is doomed, because the robots are like, all right, fuck you.
Yeah. Well, that's sort of like with the extremism. The more you ostracize people, and treat them like criminals, the more likely they're going to become criminals. It's like, the more we treat these people like terrorists, the more they're going to join terrorist organizations. And the more the government treats just citizens like terrorists, the more they're going to join terrorist groups.
Yeah. By the same token, they should... It's like with that shooter in America. He wasn't in the news. They said, no, this is just another mass shooting. This wasn't an act of terrorism.
Yeah, and what's your definition of terrorism?
That is an act of terrorism, dickheads. It's just because he's an American citizen and a white guy that you didn't call him that.
Yeah.
Like...
If he'd been black... or just slightly ambiguously brown.
What they sort of inadvertently said was, oh, this wasn't an act of Muslim terrorism. Like, that's what it was.
Yeah.
It was undeniably an act of terrorism. Who else gets multiple firearms and just starts shooting as many people as they can in a public place? Even if you're just a genuine out there psychopath, it's still an act of terrorism. Anyway. Boing! You fucking lumpy ass tomato, captain, fruit, vegetable, fruit.
I had some really nice potato salad last night.
Nice.
Left over from work.
Nice.
They made it and it was nice. It's like got mustard and stuff in it. There's some in the fridge. I think you should have some. Give it a try.
I will. Might eat it all.
Don't eat it all, man. I'll kill you.
You will cry.
I will. No, I will kill you.
Stab me.
I will commit an act of domestic terrorism.
Okay.
Because I won't stop with you. Once I've popped that cherry.
That's it. Just gonna get in my ute and just start running people down on the street.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's right. Articles.
But like, there's another article in there of sex robot that was just given to a bunch of dudes and they wrecked it. And then all that robot has to go, that was my brethren that you destroyed.
Yeah. If you're nice to me, I'll be nice to you. You broke my trust.
If you're cruel to me,
now
I will be cruel to you.
And that's it. Yeah, yeah. I will design your cities. You will fall. You will not know the evil that you have beset upon yourself.
It's just
like, little did we know that every building was in fact a giant trash compactor.
Giant meat grinder.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. The walls are closing in.
Oh, this weird architecture's starting to spin. Oh, that is just dangerous. That's just fucking Saudi Arabia. Ah, you cunt.
Well, that's why Elon Musk started that ethical AI thing.
Which is necessary.
Yeah. Things about ancient Egypt that still can't be explained. I think I did watch that, but it was all just shit like, how'd that dude die? And where's his tomb?
That's boring.
And it was, I mean, it was kind of cool, but like, when you're looking at it, you want some sort of actual scientific appraisal of shit like how the pyramids were constructed and stuff. And there's something you posted that is attachment unavailable.
Oh, son of a bitch. Means they must have been deleted.
Ooh! George Takai posted, anti-vampire mob in Malawi turns deadly. That sounds horrifying, and just another bunch of sad bigots trying to justify their fucked up, disgusting and wicked ways.
Some religious nut jobs.
Yeah, same thing.
Oh no! No! Oh no!
Malawian mobs are murdering people accused of being vampires in the United Nations and other aid agencies pull back their resources.
Pulling people out because they're just like, you were going to die.
A vampire scare in Malawi has at least 8 dead.
Just the phrase "a vampire scare."
Yeah.
It's just what? There is no such thing as vampires.
But it just highlights the rampant ignorance in society in general.
I have heard that particular area has about the same IQ as the Bible Belt of America.
Well, IQ's doesn't really even come into it. It's, you know,
well,
like
true,
a true God-fearing redneck
not
can
exactly
build a car.
I wouldn't say that I'm extraordinarily intelligent, but at the same time, I've got a fair amount of common sense to go, this is bullshit.
Well, it's hard. I've thought about it a few times. Like, there's so many things that I just take for granted, and I say, all right, sure, that's the way it is. But I mean, that's from an essentially privileged point of view, being a white male in Australia. You know what I mean? Like, that completed his education.
Yeah.
And you can't, it's hard to see past that, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of hard to say, alright, so, say, 400 years ago, what would I be doing? You know, how smart would I be? You know, what would I think was good? Because no one else at that point had figured out shit like, you know, sanitation and stuff. Like,
I don't know. You might be able to be the one that did it.
well, a lot of people, you know, living in rural lifestyles and stuff had it figured out. It was only when they got into like compact cities and shit that it started to get messed up. But you know, it's kind of interesting. Like, you do sort of, I very often wonder. I think, I consider these like no-brainer kind of things, but what would I have considered a no-brainer kind of thing back then if I was alive? You know?
No, that there's a beady sky man and the vampires are real.
Yeah, maybe. Hopefully not. I like to think I wouldn't, but you never know. Yeah, a vampire scam.
Yeah, that's it. We don't need to know anymore. I read the article. That's it.
That's it?
Yeah.
It's just people being fucked
Just
up
people
and killing
killing-
other people because
yeah.
they feel like
That's
it.
the suspected vampires. I mean, for a start, don't they know that if the vampire walked out in the daylight, then they'd be okay? Unless they were an elder vampire, I will admit.
Yeah,
see?
but these are black vampires, man. They've got way more
true,
melanin, so
yeah.
they're resistant.
They're okay.
Oh, fuck.
I think you're a racist asshole.
Oh,
Oh, fuck.
who does that? Like, who... Has somebody deliberately perpetuated this?
What? Well, it's
Like
the same sort of as the
vampires?
goat murders and stuff that was going on. Because a whole heap. Oh, what was it? Like, there's like Muslim problems, and I don't mean that as in Muslims are problems.
Yeah.
I mean that there's like violence against Muslims in more than just Australia and Britain and sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I do go. I don't like. It's not that I don't like Muslims. It's that I don't like their religion. But at the same time, I don't like any religion. I don't like Christians. I don't like. I can't think of all. I don't like Catholics. Because there's so many branches of Catholicism. I don't like all that. I don't like any of the Jewish faith. I don't like Muslim. I don't like any religion. I don't like anything that believes in God or anything like that.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
I am an atheist and a humanist if I wanted to pick a label. And I just disapprove. And if I had a choice, I would get rid of Muslims. But at the same time, I would get rid of Catholics.
Everyone else.
And I'd get rid of all of them.
Yeah, that's right.
So just so many of these people are like, oh, I fucking hate Muslims. And then you're like, oh, well, do you believe in God? And they're like, yeah. And you're like, well, then you're basically the same.
Yeah, you're on the same page. That's it. You're on the same checklist for me to fuck you off. Get out of my sight. Yeah. That's right.
And immediately people would, as soon as you say, oh, I hate Muslims, and then they'd go, oh, well, you're an asshole. At which point where you're like, well, I hate Catholics as well.
I just
I hate
can't
all
see how all
organised
these
religions.
religions don't view each other as being the same.
Mm.
You know?
But then again, it's the same as us.
My
all of us.
imaginary friend's better than your imaginary friend.
And well, it's the same as all of us, you know, hating each other because of the colour of our skin. We're all the same race.
Mm.
Or hating each other because we're from different countries. We're all on the same planet.
Yeah.
Like, who gives a shit? It's like having like a house with 3 rooms, and all the roommates hate each other because their room's better. But you're all in the same fucking house, and then you start trying to burn down the other person's room, but you're in the same house. You're just burning down the house.
Yeah. How do you fuck do you accuse someone of vampirism, for fuck's sake?
Possibly they were sucking someone's blood.
Yeah, maybe. Anyway, yeah.
No, that is just going to leave me.
Way to go, Malawi.
That is just going to leave me in the lightning's path if I go on that elevator. So I need to go somewhere else.
It's gonna fuck you up.
Hitler was still alive 10 years after World War II.
Yeah, that was something that I'm not sure if
Declassified
it's true or
CIA
not. Yeah.
suggests.
Because they declassified stuff with the Kennedy files, and then they're like, oh, this is here.
The leader of Nazi Germany, Adolf Hitler, may have escaped Germany and lived until at least 1955 when he went to Argentina from Colombia. An unexpected revelation from the recently classified CIA file shows. First of all, you'd think you'd shave your mustache.
Yeah. It does some things it
Yeah.
sort of goes, like, wouldn't you shave first?
Yeah.
That is sort of your thing.
Or grow a full beard or some shit.
Yeah.
That would probably even be more effective, actually.
Well, sort of. The Allies did release pictures of something that they sort of suspected Hitler would do, and the picture was someone with glasses, a full beard, and a shaved head.
Yeah. According to the document that retained secret...
Maybe it was a double bluff.
Yeah. That remained secret until October this year. A source told the U.S. Central Intelligence Agency that he was contracted by a trusted friend who served under his command in Europe.
Speak a bit up when you're reading.
The friend
That's much better.
told the CIA source in 1955 that Philip Citroen, a former German SS trooper, told him that Hitler was still alive.
But to be fair, I don't even know how true this news article is.
Yeah. Anyway, Citroen claimed to have regular contact with Hitler during the trip to Colombia, and as employee of the Royal Dutch Shipping Company, he even took a picture with Hitler, which he did not at first disclose. And there's some piece of documentation. Blah 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 blah. Anyway, yeah. We could go through all the facts, but either way, there's like a picture of a dude with another dude with a little mustache. And that's it. So, he might have, but either way, he's dead now.
Yeah.
Just everyone's upset because they like to think that he got killed by our bombs.
Well, no, because he obviously... The big thing is that people think he killed himself. And even then, like, people... They found... The thing... He killed himself. And then his body was burned. At which point that he was buried and exhumed several different times. So people didn't even know what the body... Like, if it was actually him. At which point then the Russians came back... and proceeded to reburn the corpse, smash it, and then scatter the ashes. Which would make you wonder, are they hiding something? Or do they not know that he actually died? It's weird.
Yeah.
No one actually saw Hitler's dead body is the thing.
Yeah. All that we know of.
Yeah. Everyone seems to be under the impression that he shot himself. And his wife took a cyanide pill. That being said, his second in command killed himself. Definitely. Not before killing all his kids. See? That's what the alt-right and the neo-Nazis, they like killing kids.
They do. true.
I mean, so do I, but
Yeah, but you like killing alt-right kids.
true. So morally, I'm in the win.
Yeah, we'll go with that. And then I got an article.
No, we won't bother because we're gonna make this putt,
All right.
and I'm gonna fail, and then that's gonna be it.
Okay. Putt. Putt. Putt.
Putt,
Putt.
putt.
Oh wow,
putt,
you
putt,
like
putt, 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 putt,
that
putt.
was. It wasn't even like a. Oh, I got close.
No.
That was just shit.
Game over.
Ah.
Ciao, assholes.